Your mindset and your belief completely dictate your life.
The world around you is only going to be beautiful when the world inside of you is beautiful too.
What you feel, you attract.
You want to be fit, you want to be rich, you want to be in love, then be those things. Embody those things.
You have to learn to select your thoughts the same way that you select your clothes every day. Now, that's a power that you can cultivate. You want to come here and you want to control your life so bad, work on the mind. And that's the only thing you should be trying to control. Because if you can't master your thoughts, you're in trouble forever.
I am trying.
Hello, that's the damn problem. Stop trying, surrender. Go out into the garden and just sit there and still your mind and watch what happens. Why don't you just let it be?
What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. Your thoughts and words have power. If you want to know what your life is going to look like 5 years from now, just look at what your life looks like today.
If you want to earn more of this, you've got to change what's going on in your subconscious mind. If you want to earn money, you must understand how the mind functions, because it's the mind that attracts this stuff. This doesn't happen by accident. You see, a lot of people believe that you got to be really smart to earn a lot of money. You don't have to be really smart to earn a lot of money at all. I wasn't very smart and I was earning over $1 million a year. You have to be aware. There's a big difference. I want you to become aware in this week of how your mind functions, how money is attracted to you.
All of the things you want are on the other side of embodiment. You want to be fit, you want to be rich, you want to be in love, then be those things. Embody those things. Don't wait until tomorrow when it's convenient for you. Start now. Start today. Because here's the truth. Nothing is stopping you besides you. You cannot keep waiting for your external world to change before you change internally. You attract what you are, not what you want, not what you wish for. You need to embody and be whatever it is that you want. Love yourself. Love everyone around you. Spend your money. Money is energy, and when it sits there stagnant, you're not going to be rewarded with more of it. So spend your money like someone who knows that it is constantly flowing to them, of course responsibly. To move your body like someone who's already fit. Do these things, and they will happen. You know this. You just need to believe it.
As somebody who was charged with a felony less than a year ago and who is now living a life far greater than what I was capable of imagining, I can tell you that reality don't give a about your effort. Reality does not respond to effort, it responds to identity. The only reason that you won't be living the life that you prefer is because you're putting in an effort to work towards that life instead of embodying the personality that identifies with that reality. Back when I was identified as a young ninja, I was put in young ninja situations, young ninja circumstances, prison, losing friends, whatever. Everything that comes with being a young ninja. But the moment that I identified with an intelligent and athletic young man, I started getting new opportunities, new friends, new sources of income. And I did all of that with little to no effort because I became the person who was destined to do that shit. Reality needs an identity to correspond with. It don't need no effort. So it's not what you do that determines where you end up in life. It's who you are that determines where you end up in life. That's why some of y'all busting y'all ass and still not living the life that you prefer because reality don't care about your effort, only your identity.
When you finally realize that you are the creator of the game, that's when the game actually starts. Your mindset and your belief completely dictate your life. Like, you are legitimately the architect of the life that you want. And so the key is to realize that because you are so powerful, all you need to do is believe, and then your dreams are at your fingertips. On the scary side of that, there's actually an equal and opposite reaction, meaning that if you're full of doubt, if you don't think you can do it, then you literally can't. And that's why there's that famous quote, the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. Best way to make sure that you end up on the positive side of that is to just take action and not think so much. Like, life is going to reward people that actually go out there and try things. So if you just try things, eventually something will stick. And when that one thing sticks, it will give you all the confidence you need to turn your goals into fruition.
So then let's get relaxed in our heart and awaken our brain. Let's change our energy. Let's remember this feeling. Now let's open our eyes and let's walk as this person. Now let's practice, just like an actor would practice. Let's get in that state. Let's feel the feelings, embody the energy, the emotion of our future. How would you walk if you were healthy? How would you stand? How would you move? How would you breathe? What would be the posture? when you felt unlimited instead of when you felt beaten up, unworthy. And there's a whole different physiology and mechanism that takes place. So you keep practicing something, whatever you practice, you become. You practice suffering, you'll get really good at it. You practice feeling grateful, you'll get really good at that. So good at it that you'll believe, behave, and ultimately become it.
Your energy teaches the world how to treat you. If you carry doubt, you'll attract people who make you question yourself. If you walk in confidence, you'll attract people who respect you without reason. Life mirrors the signal you send. It doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to what you truly believe you deserve. That's why change never starts outside of you. It begins with a quiet decision to raise your standards for what you'll accept. The moment you decide you're done chasing, life starts meeting you halfway. The moment you decide you're worthy, everything around you begins to shift. Because you never get what you're asking for. You get what you're ready for.
The world around you is only going to be beautiful when the world inside of you is beautiful too. Everything's a reflection to us. Everything is literally just a mirror showing us how we're feeling in our own internal world. And the moment we realize this, the moment we're going out in the world and we're getting frustrated, pissed off, and wishing things would be a different way, we have to remind ourselves that that's just a mirror literally showing us where our own work is at this time. And the same goes with people. The more that you get around people who are triggering you and irritating you and giving you all these different reflections, it is not the person's problem. It's what's going on in your own world that needs to be worked on. And so next time you start pointing the finger, just realize that the mirror is always going to point it back at you, right where the real work has always been.
Neville Goddard said, change your conception about yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Do not try to change people. They are only messengers telling you who you think you are. Looking inward and changing your self-concept is the fastest way to change your external reality. The universe is constantly giving us what we think that we deserve. As I have worked to improve my self-concept, that has been so evident in my life. Whether that's like how much money I'm making or how people treat me, how men treat me in relationships, how my family acts around me. The more that I work on myself and I feel worthy of receiving good things are happening. Work on yourself first, look within first, and change, and the world will reflect that back to you.
You become what you think about. You become what you think about. This is a belief by almost every successful person worldwide, like Brian Tracy, Oprah Winfrey, Napoleon Hill. So if they believe this, why would you not? This is basically like your perception. Your perception opens up your reality, no different than a dream. What you believe is what you achieve, and what you tell your brain is what you're going to get, either for the negative or the positive, because it is the transmitter and receiver for the life and reality that we paint around you, everything from time, logistics, and trajectory to come. So it's only you that can make the actual controllable decision on having a good perception or a bad perception and the life that you want.
All you need is one simple thing. Law of attraction means that there's an infinite possibilities that your life could go down, right? So the millionaire that you want to be and the person that you want to become, how do we get there? That version of yourself already exists. Now, how do we take it from the mental plane to the physical realm? We live on this physical realm, but there's a mental plane that controls our reality. Manifestation is not just good. Manifestation could be bad. If you think that your life is going to be bad, what happens? Your life gets bad. Let's say that you don't think you can be happy 24/7. Do you think it's possible for you to be happy 24/7? It's not. You can control your own reality. So let's say there's an infinite possibilities that your life could go down. You could be homeless, or you could be the richest man on earth. How do we get to the point to where the millionaire that we know that we are trying to become, how do we get that onto this physical realm? It's really as simple as this. First, realize that millionaire version of yourself already exists. So what do we have to do to get there? You have to walk like that, you have to talk like that, you have to act like that, you have to think like that, you have to work like that, and then you become that. Literally, time collapses.
If you have been stuck, if you have had a difficult time altering your income, if you had a difficult time attracting into your life the relationship or the business that you want, it's because you're on the wrong frequency. And you're using the wrong tools. You're going by what you see, hear, smell, taste, touch. Look at what Einstein said. He said the intuitive mind is a sacred gift. The rational mind is a faithful servant. This is so true. We've created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. What is the gift? Your higher faculties. You have perception, memory, imagination, reason, intuition, and the will. These are all high mental tools. Through imagination, we can zip ourselves onto a higher frequency. We just use our imagination and build a picture of the good we want. And then we hold that picture with our will. The will is what gives us the idea to focus, to concentrate. When President John Kennedy asked Dr. Wernher von Braun what it would take to build a rocket that would carry man to the moon and bring him back safely to Earth, von Braun said the will to do it. In other words, you've got to see it and hold the picture in your mind. You will attract everything you need.
They said, here's the secret of the universe. As within, so without. As within, so without. Your world is a mirror reflecting who you are. And it really reflects who you see yourself as. And I thought, did I just miss something? You know, where's the explosion in my head? Where's the bombshell? And my uncle said, just think about this today, and we'll meet tomorrow. And I began to think about it. I said, how is the world a reflection of who I am? How is as within, so without? What are they talking about? And over the next 5 years, the training was primarily on this subject. And the training talked about how you see yourself and how you feel. That vibration is going out into the universe, and thus that is what you see. The world is as you see it. And I was given a great metaphor. And he said, remember the old days you had projectors? And you're a journalist, you're from the film industry. You had projectors. And there was film that would go in front of the light. There was a light that beamed on the screen. Well, if there was no film there, it would just be a white light, blank on the screen. But if there was a piece of film in front of the light would go through the film, and whatever was on the film would be projected on the screen. And if it was a scene of somebody killing somebody, that's what you saw on the screen. If it was a scene of somebody kissing somebody, that's what you saw on the screen. And I said, they told me, Kevin, that's how it works.
If you can't figure out what to pursue in life right now, pursue yourself. Become the healthiest, most confident, most present, calmest, happiest version of yourself. Only focus on things that align with these feelings. Get obsessed with yourself. Be so obsessed with who you are and who you are becoming. That changes the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you show up. And once you do that, your future will be revealed. Why? Because the world treats you exactly how you treat yourself. Your outer world reflects your inner world. The way you think shapes your reality. That is the mirror effect. When you start pouring energy into yourself, when you back yourself, believe in yourself, take care of yourself, you send out that powerful signal. You say, I'm worthy, I'm lovable, I'm lucky, I'm someone who receives, I'm open and I'm ready. People feel that. Opportunities feel that. The universe feels that. Your brain feels that. Money feels that. And suddenly, you start getting treated like the priority that you are. So fall in love with yourself. Take up a space. Walk like you belong. Walk into a room like God sent you. No matter what room it is. No matter if it's the cold room, the ballroom, the bedroom. Walk into a room like God sent you.
Do you know the only energy those brain cells can take on is the same energy it's sending off? The only energy those brain cells can take on is a like energy to that which you're sending off. You focus on the negatives in another person, what kind of energy do you think you're taking on? What kind of a vibration do you think you're in? It might be a wise idea to focus on the good aspects of even the worst situation.
Science shows that you have to act like you already are the person you want to be before your brain believes it. And I'll explain the neuroscience behind why. Your brain doesn't wait for things like confidence or discipline to appear first. It starts rewiring itself the moment you act as if you already have those traits. And this is called neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to form and strengthen connections through experience. So every time you behave in a new way, certain neurons in your brain fire together. And when that pattern repeats, those neurons start to wire together and create a new identity network in your brain. There was a Harvard study where people who only imagined practicing piano showed similar changes in their motor cortex as people who physically practice, to a lesser extent, but still, the brain responded to mental action as if it were real movement. As a neurologist, we sometimes see the same thing in stroke recovery. Patients who try to move a weekend, even if it barely moves after stroke, can activate circuits that eventually restore some function. But if someone waits until movement feels easy or ready, the brain simply does not get the signals it needs to rebuild. And this applies outside of the hospital too. Let's say you want to be more confident when you're speaking. If you start standing taller and speaking clearly and making eye contact with your audience, even before you feel confident, then your brain will begin firing in the same networks as someone who is already confident. And over time, it becomes natural for you. So the key takeaway is, don't wait to feel ready, but act like the person you want to become. Because the more you live it, the more your brain believes it, until it simply becomes who you are.
Every result you get in life is a reflection of what your mind expects. So when you are expecting and your thoughts are correlating to only negatives, negatives will come. And then if you're only thinking positive, usually positives will come. And if it's not, hopefully you're optimistic enough for it to kind of change, redirect, and get you something that you deserve. So when you look at your mind, you want to train it to only focus on the things you want. If that's positive emotion, positive outcomes, and a dream life, rather than this could go wrong, this is going bad, no gratitude, yada yada. So look at your brain as a muscle, because it is to a certain extent, and only train it and only focus literally only on the things you want. And I actually give you all a little bit of homework here. If you only focus on exactly what it is you want out of life for the next 30 to 60 days even, and if you do more, kudos to you, you will usually get what it is you want, because your brain will start connecting the dots, pattern recognition, and literally get you to the only things that you want, the opportunities, the action, and then if it doesn't go good, the redirection, reflect, try again, and eventually you're going to get it.
Because a lot of people think that the law of attraction is just think about it and you get it. And that's not inherently true. It's a part of it. The way I like to look at things like this, okay, is if you write something down, whether it's in your phone, on your notes, whatever, if you are constantly visualizing that throughout your day, this is why we talk about meditating. You sit there, you close your eyes, you just envision, you go into like a flow state, and you envision you with that thing or living that life or whatever it is. You sit there every day and you try to replicate the feeling that you're gonna feel when you have said thing, okay? You create that feeling right now from the future, essentially. You're taking something that's not real yet and making it real. And when you do that all of the time and it's always in your head, you're never gonna forget about that thing. And if you never forget about that thing, you're always gonna work towards that thing. And if you're always working towards that thing, you're going to then have said things. It's not just like I sit there and talk about, I want this, I want that, oh, I have it. No, you still gotta put the work in. But if you don't even have the thought in your head, if you don't even understand what that thing's going to feel like when you have it, you're never gonna put your body to work to get the thing. So it's not that you just think about it and don't do any work, they go hand in hand. You kind of have to meet it in the middle.
A friend of mine a number of years ago told me this quote and has stuck in my head ever since, which is, he said, the truest form of intelligence is designing the life that you want to live. Wow. We associate intelligence with so many other things, but if you think about it, that really is the highest form. I have so many friends that I would consider smart that are spending their life climbing some ladder that they're not excited about. They're doing the right thing. They're doing it for the wrong reasons. They secretly hate their life. They're considered smart. Naval Ravikant has this awesome quote where he says, if you're so smart, why aren't you happy? The real magic of intelligence isn't your IQ as much as it's what do you point that IQ at? And I would say the place you want to point that IQ is your design of your life. That's intelligent. What's meaningful to you? How do you want to spend your time? Who are the people you want to spend your life with? How do you want to spend your days? What are the activities you want to be doing? Actually spend hours in your life making those determinations and then moving your life toward those things. I think that actually, as I've reflected more and more on my friend's quote, I think it's the truest thing I've ever heard about intelligence.
The law of attraction will not work for you until you are acting like the person who you want to be. People get this wrong all the time and call it manifestation. Oh, I'm going to manifest this thing until it pops up magically into my life, or I'm going to think about this thing so much until it randomly appears in my life. That is not how it works. That's pretty much calling yourself an infinite intelligence that can give himself anything when you are not. You are a human being. So the best thing that you can do for yourself is sit down every single day and start doing the action of what your millionaire version of yourself would do, of the person that you want to be would do every single day. And that itself will start attracting the things in the life that you want into existence. That's literally how it works. You are attracting the things that you want, attracting the life that you want by acting like the person who already has that life. It is very simple. All you have to do is change your identity. As soon as your identity shifts, your life shifts instantly. That is how you achieve everything that you've always ever wanted and more.